And hello, welcome everyone to this video. And well, where we left off last time was that we did this we did this dependency injection using the AddDbContext and AddDbContextPool. I just demonstrated the syntax. Okay. So now the next thing to do is, of course, to apply this DbContext, use it in our next version, okay, of our component repository in MariaDb. So I'm going to open up ComponentRepoMariaDb.cs, and we are going to perform dependency injection into our repository. Okay, so this time we're not going to like so-called implement this IComponent repository. Oh, we are going to, but we are not going to use it that way. Okay, so let's open up nerd3 at the site, and I'm going to copy all of this, and I'm going to yank it and paste it. Okay, and then I'll just call this the ComponentRepoMariaDb. Okay, not the simple one anymore. It will still implement IComponent repository. Okay, so okay, how is a dependency injection being done? Okay, so the way to do it is I'm going to so-called maybe tightly couple this thing a little bit more. Okay, instead of using the interface AddDbContext, because if you take a look, okay, I'm going to open program.cs and I'm going to split it in two, vsplit. Okay, you'll see that my AddDbContext will be the AppDbContext simple. However, if I were to use AppDbContext, I'm going to, there's no interface right here for the AddDbContext scope service. Okay, so you have to add so-called do this dependency injection slightly differently. We are not going to use the interface. Instead, we're going to delete that. We're going to replace AddDbContext with the DbContext database context that we are using, in this case AppDbContext. So whatever the name is over here, this is a class name, you have to replace it over here accordingly. Okay, so it just happens to be that the name is very simple. It's just called AddDbContext. So I'm just deleting the I off here. But the important thing is that whatever you add in your AddDbContext or AddDbContextPool, this class name should be the type here and the type here. Okay, other than that, that should actually let it do what it needs to do. Okay. Everything else, I can just leave it to stay the same. Okay, and just to show that it works, I'm going to change my component repository, the simple version. Okay, I'm going to change the simple MariaDB version. I'm going to change it to just the component repo MariaDB. So this is how well, I've seen it in Kudvenkat's tutorials. Okay, but yeah, so this is how, I guess, the more traditional way of doing dependency injection is supposed to be done. And I forgot to change the constructor, so let me change the constructor right here. Okay, I will delete the simple off here so that this will become the proper constructor. Okay, so I'm reloading everything, and I'll resend. Okay, I'll do a clear all, populate, and it still works. Okay, alright, it still works. Alright, so things should be so-called working properly here. Okay, because I didn't really do much, but okay, we are not going to use the so-called the more easy way of dependency injection, in a sense, easy in the sense that the syntax is easier. Okay, we are not going to use this add scoped anymore, but I'm going to leave it here, you know, just as a thing. Okay, because this AddDbContext simple. Okay. Yeah, this AddDbContext simple. Okay. Oh. Yeah, this AddDbContext simple. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much the same class as this one, except that it uses a different version of dependency injection using this AddDbContext. Yeah. Okay, so now I've shown you how to do this dependency injection a slightly different way. Okay, instead of using interfaces and adding a scope service, we're going to just use AddDbContext, and that takes out the need for us to have an interface in the first place. Okay, you do not need the interface anymore. You just inject the class, or you inject the DbContext object directly using the AddDbContext. So no more interfaces, just inject AddDbContext. Okay, and so whenever AddDbContext is called, okay, it will send in the correct thing using the optionsBuilder, etc., etc. Everything will be done behind the scenes, so you don't need to do the interfaces that we did before. Of course, we're going to leave the interfaces here. Okay, so yeah, okay, that's it for this video. It's very short. Just wanted to show you how to get this dependency injection thing working for AddDbContext. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video.